Welcome back. My name's Chris, a self-taught web developer, and today I thought I'd go through some of the resources which I use to learn to code for free, effectively, over sort of 9 to 12 months before I got my first job. But obviously, one of these has been Free Code Camp, which I covered in a previous video, so I'll link that down below for my review. But just to recap, I did the first three certifications, the sections, so responsive web design, JavaScript algorithms and data structures, and then basically halfway through the front end development libraries, sort of covering React and a little bit of Redux. But by then, I was obviously using other sort of tutorials and courses as well, just to supplement that learning. But obviously, there was quite a lot that goes into Free Code Camp. There's hundreds of hours, thousands of hours of challenges and coursework. So yeah, I won't cover this too much. You can go and check out the other video, but I thought I'd just show you three more really useful sites, and certainly all free so far that I've used them for in learning to code, specifically front end technologies, so HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and for me, React, as well as sort of TypeScript, Redux, and some other sort of features. But yeah, certainly mostly around front end development, I'd say. So of course, the first one we'll go through is Scrimba. So I've signed in here, and you can see I've got a number of different tutorials and courses that I've taken. So you sort of enroll on courses. It looks a bit messy, but yeah, actually I came across them first. This JavaScript was 2020, so December 2020. There was sort of one, I guess, a challenge, a coding challenge that you could complete every day, each day in December, up until Christmas, and yeah, that was really good and fun. And then I think I took quite a few of their other courses. One of the key ones being Learn React for free, which, as you can see, is 11 hours long, really detailed. I think it's actually been updated since, but I took the original course. For some reason, it doesn't show my full progress. But yeah, there we go. There's some of the ones that I took. And I'll just sort of mention, I guess, what's unique about Scrimba is if I click into one of these videos here, you'll see it actually kind of opens an IDE, which has the video playing. So if I just play this video, I'm not sure if you'll be able to hear it or not, but there you go. There's one of the videos. But also, you can see here we've got files, so I can actually just type, let's say, const variable name equals 1, just as an example, variable number 1, and obviously you can run this code and you can preview it as well, and then you've got a console here. So if I go to the console and actually just do console.log variable name, and it's kind of like an IDE, so you get all of the autofill features and everything, and it's really quite nice. And we can see here we've got R1, and it also pops up here down below. All of this is kind of draggable, so it's literally just a mini IDE. But what's really cool is a lot of the lessons will obviously go through, let's say, the code here. So if I can just show you that, just get to one of the lessons. So we're learning about TypeScript and then return types. And you'll see here, the instructor goes through this code. But at any point, I can pause the video and I can actually go in and update it. So there we go. So we can see it sort of changes color, and now we're actually in the IDE going over the lesson. So if you actually sort of want to go ahead or try something out before they get to it, you can do. So it's really quite cool. And yeah, as I said, it's sort of a full IDE for each of these courses. So all of the courses are like this. So you've got the video and you can pause it and sort of, I guess, go over and save your own thing, which is really quite useful. So obviously with a lot of video courses, let's say, that you'd be watching like these are, you might not be coding along necessarily. But over here, yeah, of course, you can do, and you can save these as well. So let's say save note to branch, and you can start recording your own videos on top of that as well, which is a really cool feature. So that's Scrimba. As I said, I think they've got a paid plan, and then they've got the sort of front end developer career path under plans and pricing, I guess. Certainly all the courses that I've used and gone through are free. So they've got a lot of intro courses. And they've also got a Discord, which seems to be sort of pretty popular when I was joined in part of it. And as you can see, you can become a pro dev, and I think £20 a month at the moment of annual discounts as well. And it looks like there's study groups coming soon as well. So maybe something to look out for. Yeah, really good platform, and certainly recommend taking their sort of intro React course and sort of some other ones that might sort of pique your interest. There's some good courses on the free plans, and certainly some sort of projects as well. So you can obviously filter them down based on sort of whatever you're learning or what might be interesting to you. So next one's Code Academy. So if I sign in here, you can see, again, I've done a number of different courses. Let's just show all. So I'm not a Code Academy Pro member, so I've only done sort of the free ones. And I think within these, let's say Learn React, you'll see there's lesson, and then there's projects and quizzes, and some pro stuff that I guess I sort of don't have access to. So I have actually completed all of these that are listed here. It's just, yeah, I guess that you need a pro membership. And actually started with Ruby because it was a sort of requirement for a bootcamp that I was looking at joining. I guess that would have been last year, or even sort of 2020. But yeah, really like the platform, and I guess it's a little bit more hand-holdy than Free Code Camp and Scrimba, in the sense that it really is sort of really basics. If I just go to the HTML, similar to the, I guess, Free Code Camp sort of responsive web design, but you're literally learning, sort of what a div is, what a H1 to a H2 does, body and paragraph tags, all that kind of thing. But here's the layout anyway. So you've got your instructions on the left-hand side, code editor in the middle, and then the output on the right. And you can sort of adjust these screens, how they view. Obviously, it's kind of sort of a mini browser, so you can get different tabs as well. And as you go through, you'll sort of have different files. And here's the folder structure. So with each of these, obviously, there's instructions. There's sort of checkpoints that you need to hit, and then you can run and copy to clipboard and then refresh as well if you need to reset it. And they do give you hints, and I think it does show you all the answers as well, show solution, which of course if you do get really stuck, you can show that. So I guess that's, yeah, something to be aware of, that obviously not only do they have sort of cheat sheets, but yeah, it will show you the instructions each way. And I think they've obviously got a community as well that will sort of back that up if you're sort of stuck or have any issues. So in terms of courses, again, there's a lot that they offer. Again, I've only done the free ones so far, but there's been more than enough here. And certainly if there's a sort of a new topic that I'm looking to learn, I will just check if they've got it in their catalogue of courses, because I find it is sort of a good beginner step before perhaps diving into a project or using that technology. So yeah, obviously more recently I've been learning TypeScript and have been sort of going through that there. So yeah, that's Code Academy. Definitely recommend them. Sort of with the other three, I wouldn't sort of put one in front of the other, other than the fact that I think I just stuck with Free Code Camp because there was just so much to offer, obviously for free, and sort of went through that whole curriculum, the first three certifications anyway, as I mentioned. And then the last one, the good resource that I found, sort of to, I guess, enhance problem solving, and also learn a little bit again about more JavaScript and TypeScript in relation to sort of actual problem solving, is Code Wars here. So really, you can sort of practice little challenges. They're called katas, and obviously they're numbered sort of 8 to 1, 1 being hardest, and 8 being sort of the easiest, I guess. So if we just, let's say, select one of these, you can then train, or you can skip it if you'd like, and you can also select your language, which is quite cool. So all of these might have, let's say, just JavaScript or C Sharp, but also there might be sort of 10, 20 different languages that you can actually do the challenge in, and there's all the unit tests and everything else. Obviously, you can see solutions, I think, once you've submitted something correctly, and there's a discussion as well. So if I click train here, what it's going to ask, and we've got our sort of IDE, we've got tests, and after sort of down here would be the submit button. But you've got your instructions and the output as well. So here's the result of the code when we run it. And yeah, it's really quite simple. So if I just go to my profile, you can see I'm 6 KYU or Q, I guess. And yeah, it sort of just shows, when you're last active, leaderboard position, and I haven't done too many. I guess I've done, yeah, just mostly JavaScript. Let's see, kata or solutions perhaps. Yeah, these are the ones that I've done here. So I guess, yeah, I've done 56, and just, an example of each of them. And of course, you can refactor as well. So what's quite good about Code Wars is that once you've done one, you can see actually everyone else's sort of solutions to these. So if I go to find the remainder, solutions. It should show me now because I've completed this. And we can see here, I think that's probably similar to what I did, but yeah, different solutions. And as you can see, just this is just in your language. So JavaScript, for example, and there's sort of, good 10, 15 solutions, just all for the same thing. Um, so, you can see best practices, it's clever, newest, oldest. Um, and yeah, really quite cool, and a really good way actually to, as I said, increase that problem solving sort of skill with the language. And obviously, you don't always need to sort of either sum the strings or put a hex to a decimal or something like this. But I guess it just gets you thinking about programming and obviously using the language of your choice, sort of I guess, yeah, best answer the question or solve the solution. So yeah, this is certainly something that I've been using more recently. And I think it's quite cool to have as well in your sort of profile. So you get badges here, which you can sort of link, and I've got this linked on my portfolio. And obviously, it's sort of that's actually a Next.js application. So whenever this updates, so my status or how many I've done, that updates the front end. So yeah, it's really nice. And they offer badges there, so similar to certificates that you can add on your sort of LinkedIn or other sort of portfolio projects. Um, yeah, very nice. So that's it really. I guess those are the sort of the three other sites other than Free Code Camp, which I'd recommend to check out when learning to code. And of course, if you've got any other questions or any other sites that you think I should check out, as I'm currently learning more about obviously JavaScript, TypeScript, React, and Next.js, I'd be more than happy to hear from you. So yeah, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.